Do you worry about microphones being put in different places because it's the Yankees facility, but you guys are using it? Do you guys like talk in code? Do you guys have meetings outside in the heat?
No, I think we did a full sweep, kind of like Man from Uncle style. We got the big like buzzer out and kind of went around.
And how
Um,
many did you find?
and anything that we found, we'll just take up on our plane when we head up to New York on Friday.
Give it back to them.
hmm Yeah,
Okay.
just we'll
Okay.
just pass right. Kind of when the Army hammers is like these belong to you and starts dropping all the bugs. We'll just yeah.
do you do you do you have FOMO? Or you feel like you're missing out on Tropicana Field? Or are you like,
Oh,
hey, we love this place?
no, I mean it's nice underneath. I'll say that. Come you know, first week of July, August, September, rainy season, we're definitely going to be having a little bit of FOMO for a roof. But no, it's been good so far. It's been fun to see it kind of a different crowd than we get over in St. Pete, and it's been good so for the what, 3 weeks that we've been here.
Do they have all the Yankee stuff covered? Because they had the big Yankee thing. What did they? And by the way, I've driven by there. I have not been to a game. I'm going to get to a game, but it says "Thank you Yankees" in giant letters on the scoreboard. Like you would think they could have covered that up, right? Like go Rays, Rayway.
Yeah, I mean, they put it, everything's pretty much covered. I don't know. I think we might have caused a fit if they had started covering up some of the monument stuff out front. But yeah, I mean, underneath at least there's no big Yankees logo in the clubhouse, and so that's about all that I need.
Have you walked around though? This is what I want to know. Have you walked around and asked anybody where is like Aaron Judge's locker, where is Volpe's locker, and then you're like, man, I'm going to do some damage so when they come back in spring training, they remember me.
You know, I would feel bad if I vandalize this place in any capacity because it is pretty nice. It is pretty nice.
Pete, you had a lot of different adjustments that looks like that you made in the season, or in the off season rather. What was the biggest thing that you did to go into the 2025 season that you wanted to make sure you avoided in 2024?
Yeah, my biggest thing was kind of ramping up in a little bit more responsible manner. I used a pulse sensor kind of for the first time this off season, to try and get a little bit of um, objective feedback for throwing volume, throwing intensity, etc. And really just kind of tried to play out the on ramp a little bit longer and try and really set myself up for a healthy season since I've been unable to manage that for the most part.
How about this park? Do you guys drive up? I know it's not Wrigley, but when you drive up to Wrigley, you look at the flags. Do you drive up and look at a certain flag and you go, oh boy, maybe I got a little itis today. Maybe I got a little wind itis
Um,
today.
no, because when we go out and throw on the backfield pregame, the wind's blowing one way, and then at the first it's blowing a different way, and then by the time the seventh, eighth, and ninth roll around, it's swirled again, and it's in another completely different manner.
Pete, Pete, when you guys are there, are you've played what 19? You've played all your home games now. You guys are going to be home gamed out by like June. Do you
Mhm.
look forward to a road trip? I know you have two young kids at home. So are you when you guys went on the road, were you thinking to yourself, man, I get to be by myself for 3 days?
Um, Not really. Maybe a little. Maybe like the first day is nice,
No,
right? Like you get to
I mean, it was only 3 days, so it wasn't like you
the
were gone for a week. But three
well,
days,
it's
you're
like
like,
yeah, you're like, all right, this is great for a day, and then the second day, I was like, I've played so much Assassin's Creed that I like don't know what to do with the rest of my morning. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's nice. I mean, the West Coast one was great. I was like, man, we got a week. I'm gonna be bored for the first couple days, and I'll go find some stuff for the kids, whatever. And then I woke up on their schedule on East Coast time for the first six, and that was not a great situation to be in.
Do you change your schedule for the year? You know, some guys, families, or do you see other guys changing their schedule for the year because you guys are so front loaded? Have you heard people talking about families are going to like leave by July since nobody wants to be in Florida ever, but mostly in July and you guys aren't going to be home?
I mean, that's going to work out great for my family because my son's in school, right? So we're going to hit June, July. He's going to be on summer break. It'll be a lot easier for them, to get out to wherever we're headed. But I think everybody's still going to be down here. It's for the most part, Tampa, underrated city. And there's only two of us that are getting to really enjoy our 30-minute commute from St. Pete. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, maybe some people might take a few more trips home than they might have in the past, but we'll see.
Pete, why do teams pitch to Judge? I really thought I would see a lot more four fingers go up when Aaron Judge is in the box, but it doesn't seem that way. Why do you think people pitch to him as much as they are?
Mm. Well, I think it's April. I think that at least, seasonally, that's got to be part of it, right? It's there's a lot of games to still be played, and I think that people are willing to be more aggressive. Um, but look, the guy can hit, and I also he can do his damage on you, right? But you also don't want to just start putting people on willy nilly because that's how the your potential solo shot turns into a 2 run to a three
Mhm.
run, and you start seeing things kind of go sideways from there, as opposed to if you have the ability to, you're gonna try and get your 3 outs regardless of who's coming up.
Can you talk about that a little bit more? Because people don't understand that. People don't understand, like, yes, Aaron Judge is hitting 400. Yes, is whatever, his OPS plus is a million. Like, big league pitchers have a plan to get a guy out. It's not like, wow, I made the best pitch in the world and he just hit it 450 feet. Yeah, he might dunk one over the right field fence in Steinbrenner, but can you hit on that? How you guys, just how you talk? Because I've been in Snyder's pitchers meetings and how you guys talk about that stuff. Can you expand on that a little bit more and how pitchers really shouldn't be or aren't afraid of big league hitters?
Right. So especially us as a group, ours is really trying to separate our process from potential result. So, if we're hitting the stuff that we need to hit, right, whether it's first pitch strikes, it's expanding with two, it's being ahead after 3 pitches, et cetera. If we're able to separate, what we do and really boil it down to strike out, don't walk people, weak contact. And, if we can chase that process, then you can kind of, absolve yourself a little bit from the result and make it that much easier to, continue to reinvest in it being a process oriented thing for us. So we're going to do what we do, right? And if we get victimized, whether it's, an ambush, okay, well, that only happens 5% of the time. Let's put that to the side. Were we ahead in the count? Did we expand? Is it bad at ball luck, et cetera? There's a whole lot that goes into, us focusing on what we can control, and what we can control is our execution and throwing the ball over the plate.
Kratz, let's talk about the #1 recommended dermatologist hair growth supplement brand. And it's a brand that you are just starting your journey with.
I'm using what about 1.5, 2 months into my journey. It's a 6 month journey. See what I can get. See a little thicker, fuller everywhere, filling it out. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm very excited to see the Nutrafol results with Kratz. And don't show us your hat yet, okay? You got to stay tuned through this journey. And if you want to join Kratz for this journey, you can start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering FT listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code FOUL. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code FOUL. That's Nutrafol.com. Promo code FOUL.
Who is the most exciting young player that you're like, you know what? He's hitting right now on your roster. On your roster. He's hitting right now. I want to see what he does. Whether it's Caminero's power or Christopher Morel. I guess he's not a young guy. The fact that he's going to swing and like dance around the bases. Is it Chandler Simpson just running in general? Like, who is it? Meisner just a clutch hit?
Look, I think the easy answer would be Chandler Simpson, but he's got enough media attention recently. So I'm going to go Cameron Meisner is going to be my guy. Um, Look, Simpson is great. He's the fastest human I've ever seen. Um, but I think up and down we've had a bunch of guys contribute, and that's been fun to watch when those people are getting their names called for the first or time, and they're stepping up and meeting the bill. Has been a lot of fun to watch.
Do you look at the batter's box? I had a theory that if a pitcher, and Mike Trout and I talked about, if a pitcher wore Mike Trout's cleats, he's already stepping in the batter's box to be like, I'm 1-0. I'm probably going to hit a dinger off you. Do you look in the batter's box and go, that hitter's got a torpedo bat? No chance he's getting a hit because he's trying to find a gimmick bat that's trying to fix his brutal swing.
Which I had never seen one, and I think Richie was carrying, either Richie or Cabby was carrying one around last night, and I guess, I mean, if our engineers and scientists are out there saying that it's better, then I guess it's better potentially. But like, it just looks like you'd be trying to hit something with a bowling pin, and maybe I just wasn't a good hitter, but I feel like I would not square a lot up. But it's worked for some of the guys who have swapped to it. It's kind of definitely very unique looking instrument. But I try to not pay too much mind to whatever bat people are swinging.
How many beverages do you have during this interview? I see you with the coffee cup and all right. So staying hydrated, I guess.
So I was feeling a little fatigued on the way here, so I figured I'd
Okay.
get my second cup of coffee in, and then I had too much locker room coffee taste in my mouth, so I figured I'd try and
Okay.
wash it down with a little water.
Very good. Very good. If Chandler Simpson did a race running backwards, do you think you could beat him if you were running forward?
No,
No?
probably not. I'm not very flight of foot by any matter, and he, like I said, is probably the fastest human I've ever seen. So
I think you should test that out. Maybe in the off
I,
season. Don't mess up your year, but
yeah,
maybe
that
test that out.
seems like a way to get me either scolded or hurt, and I'm not sure which one of those would be worse.
You can't run the ball to the plate. Tell Alana
That's true.
that's not what happens.
Very true. No,
All right,
but I would need my hand. I do need that left hamstring. That one is important, even if I don't run on it.
okay, that's fair. That's fair. Do we need to have more competitions like that, or are players just so afraid and front offices so afraid of people getting hurt that we're just like, I would love to see the gimmicks, pitchers trying to do things that position players do. It's way more fun than a home run derby.
I think we should have a pitcher's home run derby if we have anything. I think that sounds
That might be boring.
personally like the best thing we could do. And we might have to move the fences in potentially, but I don't know. There's some pitchers are good at rotating, and if you're good at rotating, you can typically hit a baseball pretty well.
All right, you're drinking coffee right now. Jose Alvarado has a tattoo of an espresso cup on his forearm. Have you ever seen anybody drink 6 cups of espresso or 6 shots of espresso more than Alvarado? Have you seen anybody drink more than Jose Alvarado?
No, but we'll keep him nameless. But I did play with somebody that had to become a healthy scratch because he had one too many Cubanos down in Miami, or cafecitos down in Miami.
And what did that look like? Did that look like just no blinking at all? Like you're on the mound. You don't blink on the mound.
No, listen, I know
Look.
what he's talking about. He's talking about cafecito and cafe cubano.
Yeah.
And if you have too much
yeah.
of that stuff, you're in AJ's Toro toilet or whatever the heck that Japanese
Toto.
toilet is.
It's a Toto. Ask Pete. I
Toto.
guarantee you Pete's been on a Toto before, and he loves it.
I've not been on a Toto, but we got some bidets in the Trop, so I'm assuming it's pretty similar.
And
See?
cardiac arrest too from espresso. That's
Yeah,
too
we're
many.
gonna go. This nameless person was more on the like thinking his heart was gonna beat through his chest than than the than the other side of things.
Do you guys in the locker room ever look up and go, man, it's got to be, how do you only win 4 games so far this year for the Rockies? Or do you say, man, I'm not even on
One
that
of them
team?
was against us.
I know, that's what I was going to
One
get
of them
to.
was against
But
us. Look, I choose to treat it as anybody can beat you, as evidenced. Anybody can beat you at any time. Even if in the case of that second game against them, I think we hit like 1,200 mile an hour balls directly at people. But That's why it's a great game. You can, do everything right and never see a result for it. So, that's part of it. And the only team that I am, pretty down on right now is my Missouri Tigers, man. It's a sad time between that and the abysmal NCAA tournament performance. It's not a great time in the Tiger fandom.
Well, at least you have a baseball team at your university, and at least your basketball club made the tournament. So there we have it. Pete Fairbanks, a 2.38 ERA over 12 games. Rays looking good. We appreciate your time, my friend. Stay hydrated, and we will talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.